Did you know that anxiety, one of the most common mental health disorders, is like a relentless thief that steals your peace of mind and hijacks your happiness? As a fellow college student, I understand the amount of stress that we undergo as students. There's a lot of pressure put on us to chase a career, go to college, and get an education, and sometimes that means putting other things before ourselves. I am sure several people all understand this way too well. The pressures, expectations, and challenges that of the world often lead to heightened levels of anxiety. I personally battle anxiety on a day-to-day basis, and it only amplifies when it comes to schoolwork. I think that my schoolwork is one of my top stressors, which therefore means it's one of my top anxiety inducers. Today, I will talk about anxiety, its effect on our lives, and effective strategies to manage and cope with the anxiety as we enter the adult world. Anxiety in college students is normal. According to Harvard Health, as in a study they completed in the fall of 2018, they found that 63% of college students suffer from anxiety. Anxiety is caused by a myriad of factors. I just have a few examples to hone in on. Schoolwork, academic performances, and expectations can be the root cause of our anxiety as students. A study has shown that an increase in an individual's anxiety peaks as they are enrolled in their first semester of college. Transitioning and getting acclimated to the lifestyle and the pace of college not only increases anxiety within students, but also their stress and depression. Family, social, and work life can also cause anxiety. Trauma, different life experiences, and different lifestyles can all affect someone's Anxiety. Conflict is unfortunately inevitable and present in any relationship, whether that's family, whether that's with friendships, a significant other, etc. According to the Mental Health Center, marital conflicts and parent child conflicts can create a hostile and intense environment that is detrimental to mental health, especially for children, that therefore affects them as they get older. This can not only lead to anxiety, but it can increase stress, depression, and it can put a strain on relationships. Health issues depression can also increase anxiety. There are many medical problems that are linked with anxiety. When I researched this, I was actually really shocked that things like heart disease, diabetes, some respiratory problems, and thyroid problems, and various other medical conditions are all linked with anxiety. And not only is it anxiety linked with medical problems, but it also is a side effect of medications and drugs. Um, Anxiety and depression are a notorious duo. They kind of go hand in hand. According to Anxiety and Depression Association of America, a study showed that half of the people with anxiety/depression also have the other condition. Generalized anxiety disorder affects nearly 6.1 million adults in the U.S., and it statistically co-occurs with depression. The causes of anxiety have adverse effects, which affects a student in different ways. While some degree of stress is normal and while receiving a college education, the effects of anxiety are multifaceted and can extend to various aspects of our lives. Um, I, Anxiety can impact a student's academic performance and their ability to focus, concentrate, and retain information that they are learning. As a student who suffers from anxiety, I personally have experienced this firsthand. When your mind is racing a million miles a minute, you're not really going to want to concentrate on a lecture or study or really do any schoolwork, um, for that matter. This can eventually lead to procrastination and avoidance, which is definitely something I find myself guilty of. As a result of this, there's a possibility that a student may experience a decline in their academic performance, and they may struggle to meet their own expectations or someone else's expectations of themselves. Anxiety can significantly affect a student's emotional well being, leading to persistent feelings of worry, fear, and self doubt. It can create a constant state of tension and unease, which can therefore make it challenging for a student to relax and enjoy their college experience. This also affects the way a student may engage in social activities. Anxiety may contribute to feelings of isolation, loneliness, and a reduced sense of self worth. College is supposed to be a time where you're living your best life, making the best memories, where you're supposed to build so new be be exposed to new social environments and build connections and friendships during your time there that could last a lifetime. However, anxiety and social interactions can be challenging for some. Students with social anxiety may experience intense fear of judgment or embarrassment, leading them to avoid social situations or isolate themselves, which can further exacerbate feelings of loneliness and hinder their overall social development. Although there are several ways anxiety can affect a student, there are also several ways you can manage and cope with the stress and anxiety that we face as students. Um, we can approach health services or mental health services. Institutions, universities, and colleges should prioritize the availability of accessible and comprehensive mental health services on their campuses. On URI's website, there are several resources available to students and faculty. This includes counseling centers staffed with qualified and licensed professionals who offer individual or group therapy, crisis interventions, and outreach programs. We can also work on raising awareness about anxiety and its impact on college students. Um, this can be essential and beneficial, especially to the new and upcoming um, freshmen that come in. Bringing more awareness will make them feel less alone, and it will help reduce the stigma and stereotypes that come with that and promote self-care strategies for their students. Universities also offer academic support programs that teach students study techniques, time management skills, and stress reduction strategies. URI provides resources like tutoring, study groups, mentorship programs that help alleviate academic pressures that we face. There are always resources available to us and we are always encouraged to utilize them. As we wrap our thoughts up, we should recognize that many people suffer from anxiety, and if you do too, you are not alone. There are ways to manage, seek help, and cope with the things that you are going through, especially as a student. We talked about the causes of anxiety, like school, family, and social life, and the relationship between health, depression, and anxiety. We also talked about how it may affect students and ways to seek help and find resources to manage their anxiety. Um, Anxiety is a mental disorder that is common among many adults, especially college students, and you should never feel alone about it.